Comedy and fashion lovers. Tonight, we're diving into the amazing world of Afro-comedians and their unique style. Get ready for a wild ride filled with laughter, style tips, and maybe even a few fashion faux pas. From the bold to the beautiful, Afro-comedians have always used style as a weapon of comedic destruction. Think of it as their secret superpower, adding an extra layer to their already hilarious acts. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the fascinating intersection of comedy and fashion. Now, some people might say, it's just clothes, what's the big deal? Oh, but they couldn't be more wrong. In the world of comedy, fashion is a powerful tool. Imagine this. A comedian walks on stage in a bright yellow suit, a giant bow tie, and mismatched shoes. They haven't even said a word, but the audience is already roaring with laughter. That's the power of fashion in comedy. Sets the stage, creates anticipation, story before a single word is spoken. Fashion can also be a form of social commentary, a way for comedians to address serious issues with a touch of humor. When it comes to using fashion as a comedic tool, Afro-comedians are in a league of their own. They've mastered the art of blending style and substance, using their clothing choices to amplify their jokes, challenge stereotypes, us think while we laugh. Richard Pryor, in his signature leather jacket, to the effortlessly cool style of Dave Chappelle, Afro-comedians have always understood the power of outfit. They know that what they wear on stage is just as important as the words they say. Throughout history, Afro-comedians have used fashion to build a collective identity, to create a sense of community and shared experience. For Afro, fashion has often been more than just a way to get a laugh. It's been a tool for breaking down barriers, challenging stereotypes, and reclaiming their narratives. Take, for example, the rise of female Afro-comedians who are shattering glass ceilings and fashion norms with their bold and unapologetic style. They're not afraid to rock a bright color, a bold print, or a daring silhouette, proving that funny comes in all shapes, sizes, and styles. And let's not forget about the LGBTQ+ Afro-comedians who are using fashion to express their individuality and challenge societal expectations. So, buckle up because we're about to embark on a hilarious and insightful journey through the world of Afro-comedian style. We'll be diving deep into the history, the icons, and the trends that have shaped this unique and influential corner of the fashion world. Get ready to discover the outfits, the jokes that made us laugh, and the moments that changed comedy forever. And who knows, you might even pick up a few style tips. But before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. For the incredible style of Afro-comedians. Before we dive into the world of modern Afro-comedians, we need to take a step back in time. To truly understand the significance of fashion in Afro-comedy, we need to trace its roots back to the motherland, Africa. In many African cultures, storytelling is an art form, a way to pass down traditions and share wisdom through generations. Imagine a griot, a West African storyteller, adorned in colorful robes, their heads wrapped in intricate turbans, captivating their audience with tales of tricksters and heroes. Their clothing wasn't just for show, it was a symbol of their status, their knowledge, and their connection to the spiritual world. Fast forward a few centuries and we find ourselves in the early 20th century, a time when black performers in America were making their mark on the entertainment industry, often against incredible odds. This was the era of vaudeville and minstrel. Sadly, black performers were often relegated to stereotypical roles. But even within these limitations, black comedians found ways to shine, using humor to challenge prejudice and uplift their communities. Think about the dapper comedians of the Harlem Renaissance, like Burt Williams, who used their impel to subvert expectations. To the nines in tailored suits, they brought a touch of class and sophistication to the stage, challenging the racist caricatures of the time. As the civil rights in the 60s, black people were reclaiming their identity, and their clothing reflected this newfound sense of pride and purpose. Comedians of this era like Dick Gregory and Goddesses head-on. Afro hairstyles, dashikis, and other symbols of black empowerment and activists alike. Their clothing sent a clear message: we are here, we are black. Era that celebrated black power, challenged racial stereotypes. This movement had a profound impact on fashion, and comedy was no exception. Comedians like Richard Pryor and Red Fox emerged as powerful voices, their comedy raw, unapologetic, and deeply rooted in the black experience. Their fashion choices reflected this boldness, from Pryor's iconic leather jackets to Fox's flamboyant suits. Comedians used fashion to make bold statements, to reclaim their narratives, and to show the world that black was indeed beautiful, powerful, and undeniably cool. The 1980s and 90s witnessed the explosion of stand-up comedy, and Afro-comedians were at the forefront of this movement. From Eddie Murphy's iconic red leather suit in Delirious to Chris Rock's minimalist style of a simple black shirt and jeans, comedians were defining their stage personas through their clothing choices. This was the era of signature looks, where comedians cultivated a distinct style that became synonymous with their comedic brand. Some, like Sinbad, opted for colorful and playful attire, while others, like Bernie Mac, kept it classic with tailored suits. Sneakers, baggy jeans, and baseball caps became commonplace on stage, reflecting the changing cultural landscape and the growing influence of hip-hop culture. While male Afro-comedians were breaking barriers and making history, female Afro-comedians were carving out their own space in the world of comedy, using fashion as a powerful tool to challenge stereotypes and celebrate their femininity. From Whoopi Goldberg's eclectic and androgynous style to Wanda Sykes' sharp wit and tailored suits, these trailblazing women prove that funny doesn't have a dress code. They embrace their individuality, their curves, and their cultural heritage, inspiring generations of women to do the same. These women understood that fashion could be a form of empowerment, a way to challenge societal norms and redefine what it means to be a woman, a comedian, and a black woman in the entertainment industry. They use their platform to address issues like gender inequality, body image, and racial stereotypes, all while making us laugh until our sides hurt. All right, folks, get ready for a star-studded lineup. We're about to dive into the wardrobes of some of the most iconic Afro-comedians of all time. These legends didn't just make us laugh, they redefined style, broke barriers, and left an unforgettable mark on the world of comedy and fashion. From the sharp suits of Red Fox to the effortless cool of Dave Chappelle, Afro-comedians have always understood the power of a good outfit. It's about more than just looking good. It's about owning your narrative, making a statement, and adding an extra layer of brilliance to your comedic genius. Get ready to be inspired, entertained, and maybe even learn a thing or two about how to rock a mic in a killer outfit at the same time. First up, we have the one and only, the legendary Richard Pryor. This man was a comedic force of nature, raw, real, and unapologetically himself, both on and off the stage. Pryor's signature look was all about effortless cool. Think leather jackets, turtlenecks, jeans, and a whole lot of attitude. He wasn't afraid to push boundaries, to challenge conventions, and to use his clothing as an extension of his comedy. Pryor kept it real, reflecting the struggles and triumphs of everyday people, and his clothing choices resonated with audiences who saw themselves in his honesty and vulnerability. Next up, we have the comedic powerhouse, the one and only Eddie Murphy. This man burst onto the scene with an infectious energy, a sharp wit, and a style that was as bold and electrifying as his comedy. Who could forget that iconic red leather suit from his stand-up special, Delirious? Talk about making a statement. As he transitioned from stand-up stages to Hollywood sets, his wardrobe evolved, showcasing his versatility and his ability to command attention both on and off screen. Whether he was sporting a colorful patterned sweater, a classic tuxedo, or a simple jeans and t-shirt combo, Murphy exuded confidence and charisma. Eddie Murphy's impact on comedy is undeniable, and his influence on fashion is equally significant. Now let's talk about a true trailblazer, the incomparable Whoopi Goldberg. This comedic genius has been breaking barriers and challenging expectations throughout her illustrious career, and her fashion choices have always been as bold and unconventional as her comedic styling. From her early days in stand-up to her iconic role as Celie in The Color Purple to her reign as a talk show host, Goldberg has embraced a style that defies categorization. She's rocked dreadlocks, oversized clothing, colorful ensembles, and everything in between, always staying true to herself and her unique sense of style. Goldberg's fashion choices have never been about conforming to societal norms or seeking approval. She's a true original, and her clothing reflects her individuality and her willingness to challenge the status quo. Hold on to your hats, folks, because the ladies of laughter are in the house. We're celebrating the reigning queens of modern Afro-comedy. From Wanda Sykes' tailored suits to Tiffany Haddish's bold prints, these styles. They use fashion to express individuality and celebrate heritage. Think Issa Rae's chic style or Leslie Jones' glamorous looks. women take risks and experiment with fashion. Their style is as dynamic and empowering as their comedy. Afro-comedian style isn't confined to the borders of the United States. Oh no. The laughter and the fashion have gone global, baby. From the UK to Nigeria to South Africa, Afro-comedians around the world are using their unique style to make us laugh, challenge conventions, and celebrate their cultural heritage. Think about the UK's own Gina Yashiking bright colors and bold prints, Nigerian heritage, or South Africa's Trevor Noah, who effortlessly blends sharp tailoring with a touch of streetwear cool. These comedians are proving that humor transcends borders, and their fashion choices reflect the diversity and richness of the global Black experience. They're rocking traditional garments with a modern twist, incorporating elements of their cultural heritage into their everyday style, and showing the world that Black is beautiful, no matter where you're from. What's exciting is that we're seeing a beautiful cross-pollination of styles, with Afro-comedians from different parts influencing and inspiring each other. It's a global movement of laughter, style, and cultural pride, and we're here for every single second of it. As we look to the future of Afro-comedian style, one thing is clear: the laughter will only get louder, and the fashion will only get bolder. Afro-comedians are constantly pushing boundaries, challenging expectations, and using their platform to make a statement. So, what trends can we expect to see on stages and screens around the world? Well, for starters, get ready for a continued celebration of Black designers and creatives. Afro-comedians are using their platform to amplify Black voices in the fashion industry, showcasing the talent and creativity within their communities. We can also expect to see a fusion of traditional and contemporary styles, with Afro-comedians incorporating elements of their cultural heritage into their wardrobe in fresh and exciting ways. Think about head wraps paired with power suits, or Ankara prints reimagined in modern silhouettes. And let's not forget about the power of individuality. Afro-comedians are all about embracing their unique personalities and using fashion as a tool for self-expression. We'll continue to see a diverse range of styles, from streetwear chic to avant-garde glamour, as comedians use their clothing choices to make us laugh, think, be inspired. The future of fun fashion is bright, bold, and undeniably Black, and we can't wait to see what these comedic geniuses come up with next. You know that feeling when a comedian walks on stage and they haven't even said a word, but you're already cracking up? That's the magic of fashion at work, my friends. It's like a silent setup for a killer joke, a visual punchline that gets the laughter rolling before the first word leaves their lips. Think about it. A bright, bold outfit screams, "Look at I'm here to bring the funny. A disheveled look, on the other hand, might signal a self-deprecating style of humor. Clothes become a language, a way for comedians to communicate their comedic persona before they even utter a single knock-knock. It's like setting the stage for a comedy show. You wouldn't want a slapstick routine in a dimly lit, somber setting, right? Similarly, a comedian's outfit sets the tone, the energy, the vibe for the laughter to come. It's all connected, my friends. Fashion and comedy, they're like two peas in a hilarious pod. And the best part, this silent communication transcends language barriers. No matter where you're from, a funny outfit is a funny outfit. It's a universal language of laughter. And Afrocomedians, with their bold and innovative style choices, are fluent speakers. Ever notice how some comedians have a signature look? A certain hat, a particular style of jacket, maybe even a specific way of rocking a pocket square? That's not an accident, my friends. That's strategic style, carefully crafted to enhance their comedic persona. Think about it. Richard Pryor and his iconic leather jackets, a symbol of rebellion and raw honesty, or Whoopi Goldberg and her colorful, oversized ensembles, a visual representation of her larger-than-life personality and willingness to challenge conventions. Their clothes become a part of their comedic arsenal, tools to emphasize jokes, accentuate, or even subvert expectations. A comedian in a sharp suit might deliver a self-deprecating joke with an extra layer of irony, while a comedian in casual wear might make a profound observation that catches you off guard. It's like creating a character, but with fabric, cuts, and accessories. And Afro-comedians, with their unique understanding of style and its power to communicate, have mastered this art form. They know that the right outfit can amplify genius, making their jokes land harder and their stage presence unforgettable. Now let's talk about the unsung heroes of comedic fashion, the props. And no, I'm not just talking about those oversized inflatable hammers. I'm talking about the hats, the handbags, the jewelry, the glasses, all those little details that can take a comedic act from funny to freaking hilarious. Think about Mom's Mabley and her iconic house coat and hat. Or how about Dave Chappelle and his simple yet effective use of a cigarette as a prop? These props aren't just random objects. They're carefully chosen extensions of the comedian's persona. Section 4. Beyond the individual fashion as cultural commentary. Now let's get real for a minute. Afro-comedian style isn't just about the laughs. It's about making a statement. It's about using fashion as a tool for cultural commentary, a way to address social injustices, challenge stereotypes, and celebrate Black excellence. Think about the rise of the dashiki in the 1960s, a symbol of Black pride and resistance worn by comedians and activists alike. Or the way comedians today are using their platform to showcase Black designers and challenge the lack of diversity in the fashion industry. Through their clothing choices, Afro-comedians are sparking conversations about race, identity, and representation. They're subverting expectations, reclaiming narratives, and showing the world that Black style is diverse, dynamic, and undeniably powerful. And the best part, they're doing it all with humor, wit, and an undeniable sense of style. Because laughter, my friends, can be a powerful tool for change. It can break down barriers, open minds, and make us think about the world in new and unexpected ways. Let's face it, the world loves to put people in boxes, especially when it comes to race and identity. But Afro-comedians, they're like those hilarious escape artists who can wriggle out of any constraint, and their weapon of choice, fashion. Think about it. Females rocking suits and sneakers, challenging the notion that femininity has to look a certain way. Or comedians incorporating traditional African prints and patterns into their wardrobe, subverting stereotypes and showcasing the beauty and diversity of Black culture. Every outfit becomes a statement, a declaration that they will not be defined by narrow expectations. They're rewriting the rules of comedy and fashion, showing the world that Blackness is not a monolith, but a beautiful spectrum of individuality and self-expression. And the best part, they're doing it all while making us, because laughter, my universal language. It has the power to connect us, to challenge us, and to remind us that beneath it all, we're all just trying to navigate this crazy thing called life. So what does the future hold for the fabulous fusion of fashion and Afro-comedy? Buckle up, my friends, because it's going to be a wild and hilarious ride. As new generations of comedic talents emerge, we can expect even more innovation, more boundary pushing, and more laughter-inducing style moments. Imagine virtual comedy shows with comedians rocking digital fashion creations, sustainable and ethically sourced clothing lines designed by our favorite funny folks, and maybe even a whole museum dedicated to the iconic outfits that have graced comedy stages throughout history. But one thing's for sure, Afrocomedians will continue to use fashion as a tool for self-expression, social commentary, and of course, making us laugh until our sides hurt. They'll challenge norms, break stereotypes, and remind us that the best way to tackle life's absurdities is with a healthy dose of humor and a killer outfit. So, keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and your funny bone ready, because the future of fat comedy is going to be legendary. Hold on to your hats, fashionistas, because the world of Afro-comedian style is exploding. We're talking next-level looks, bold statements, and a whole lot of personality shining through every carefully curated outfit. Today's Afro-comedians aren't just funny, they're style icons, trendsetters, and walking, talking billboards for individuality. Forget blending in. These comedic geniuses are all about standing out, using fashion as a tool to amplify their voices, celebrate their heritage, and of course, make us laugh until our sides hurt. Gone are the days of sticking to a single look or conforming to any preconceived notions of what a comedian should wear. We're talking a beautiful kaleidoscope of styles, reflecting the diversity of experiences, backgrounds, and comedic sensibilities within the Afro-comedian community. So, whether it's rocking a custom-made suit on the red carpet, sporting a vintage streetwear find on stage, or using their platform to showcase emerging Black designers, today's Afro-comedians are proving that when it comes to fashion and comedy, the only rule is there are no rules. One of the most exciting things about Afro-comedian style today is the incredible range. We're talking everything from streetwear chic to high fashion glamour and everything in between. These comedic chameleons are proving they can rock any look with confidence, charisma, and of course, a healthy dose of humor. On one end of the spectrum, you've got comedians like Kevin Hart, who's known for his love of sneakers, hoodies, and that effortlessly cool streetwear vibe. He's even launched his own successful athleisure line, proving that style and comfort can definitely go hand in hand. Then you've got powerhouses like Tiffany Haddish, who can rock a glamorous gown on the red carpet one minute and a bold printed jumpsuit on stage the next. She's not afraid to experiment with different silhouettes, colors, and textures, always bringing her signature energy and confidence to every look. And let's not forget about the comedians who effortlessly blend high fashion and streetwear, like Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. His style is a masterclass in mixing and matching, creating looks that are both fashion-forward and reflective of his unique artistic vision. The takeaway? Afro-comedian style is a beautiful tapestry of influences, reflecting the individual personalities, experiences, and comedic sensibilities of these talented artists. True style isn't about brands, but how you wear them. Afro-comedians use fashion to express their unique personalities. Issa Rae loves bold prints and bright colors. She supports emerging Black designers. Trevor Noah blends sharp tailoring with playful details. Billy Porter challenges gender norms with his legendary looks. Afro-comedian style is about embracing individuality and inspiring others. In the age of social media, fashion has become more than just what you wear. It's a way to connect, share, and spark conversations. And Afro-comedians are using these platforms to engage with fans, showcase their personal style, and even turn those hilarious outfit reveals into viral moments. Remember that time when Kevin Hart and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson recreated each other's iconic looks from the 90s? The photos went viral, sparking a hilarious conversation about fashion evolution, nostalgia, and of course the power of a good turtleneck. Or how about when Tiffany Haddish rocked that iconic white Alexander McQueen gown to multiple events, turning it into a running joke and a testament to sustainable style. Her playful approach to fashion and her willingness to poke fun at herself resonated with fans, creating a sense of authenticity and relatability. And let's not forget about the countless comedians who use their platforms to highlight Black designers, stylists, and creatives, amplifying those voices and showcasing the diversity and talent within the fashion industry. From impromptu outfit reveals to behind-the-scenes glimpses of their style journeys, Afrocomedians are using social media to connect with fans in new and engaging ways, making fashion a fun and interactive part of their comedic brand. Did he just wear that? Memorable fashion moments in Afrocomedy? Eddie Murphy's iconic red leather suit from Delirious? Dave Chappelle's tribute to Prince in a purple velvet suit? Tiffany Haddish's white Alexander McQueen gown? Billy Porter's golden ensemble at the Met Gala? Afrocomedians push boundaries in comedy and style. Afrocomedians as fashion icons. These comedic geniuses aren't just shaping laughter, they're leaving a mark on fashion. From iconic outfits to fearless self-expression, Afrocomedians inspire individuality. Richard Pryor's cool leather jackets still inspire today. Whoopi Goldberg's eclectic style paved the way for authentic expression. Icons like Issa Rae, Zendaya, and Donald Glover champion diversity in fashion. Afrocomedians use fashion for self-expression and cultural commentary. Laughter and style spark conversations and challenge norms. Be bold, be yourself, and paint your unique story with fashion. The threads that bind Afrocomedian style as cultural tapestry. It's more than just clothes. It's history, heritage, resilience, and soul. Each detail tells a story, reflecting cultural moments. From West African griots to Harlem Renaissance comedians, fashion has always been integral to the Afrocomedian experience. It's a visual language connecting generations, saying, we're here, we're funny, and we're dressed to impress. But here's the thing about Afrocomedian style. It's not just about looking good, it's about doing good. It's about using fashion as a platform to amplify Black voices, challenge industry norms, and create opportunities for underrepresented communities. Think about the countless Afrocomedians who are using their platform to showcase Black designers, stylists, and creatives. They're shining a spotlight on emerging talent, challenging the lack of diversity in the fashion industry, and proving that Black excellence deserves a seat at the table and a prime spot on the runway. And it's not just about representation, it's about empowerment. When an Afro-comedian rocks a custom-made suit by a Black tailor or sports a stunning gown by a Black designer on the red carpet, it sends a powerful message. We see you, we support you, and we're here to create a more inclusive and equitable industry together. Through their fashion choices, Afro-comedians are sparking conversations, challenging stereotypes, and inspiring a new generation of creatives to pursue their dreams, knowing that their voices deserve to be heard and their talent deserves to be celebrated. The impact of Afro-comedian style extends far beyond the stage and screen. It's a cultural force that's influencing fashion trends, inspiring designers, and empowering individuals to embrace their individuality and express themselves through their clothing choices. Think of the enduring legacy of Richard Pryor's effortless cool, his signature leather jackets and turtlenecks still influencing contemporary menswear today, or the trailblazing style of Whoopi Goldberg, her eclectic and androgynous looks paving the way for a generation to challenge gender norms and express themselves authentically. Today, we see the influence of Afro-comedian style everywhere we look, from the rise of streetwear and athleisure to the embrace of bold prints, vibrant colors, and statement accessories. It's a testament to the power of individuality, cultural pride, and that unique ability to blend humor and style in a way that feels both effortless and empowering. Afro-comedians have shown us that fashion can be a powerful tool for self-expression, a celebration of heritage, and a way to make a statement without saying a single word. And that's a lesson to inspire and influence for generations to come. Section 4. The laughter continues. And so does the style. As we look to the future of Afro-comedian style, one thing is certain. The laughter will only get louder, the outfits will only get bolder, and the impact on the world of fashion will only continue to grow. With each new generation of comedic talent comes a unique voice and a fearless approach to pushing boundaries and challenging the status quo. We can expect to see even more diversity, more experimentation, and more unforgettable style moments to make us laugh, think, and reimagine the possibilities of fashion as a form of self-expression and cultural commentary. Imagine virtual comedy shows with comedians rocking digital fashion creations, sustainable and ethically sourced clothing lines designed by our favorite funny folks, and maybe even a whole museum dedicated to the iconic outfits that have graced comedy stages throughout history. The future of Afro-comedian style is a world where laughter and fashion are intertwined, where individuality is celebrated, and where Black voices continue to shape and redefine the global fashion landscape. And we can't wait to see what these comedic geniuses come up with next. Section 5. Keep the comedy coming. A call to action, like share, subscribe. Well, folks, we've reached the end of our hilarious and insightful journey through the world of Afro-comedian style. We've explored the history, the icons, the trends, and the profound impact that fashion has had on the art of making people laugh. But the conversation doesn't end here. We want to hear from you. Who are some of your favorite stylish Afro-comedians? What are some of your most memorable comedic fashion moments? Share your thoughts, your favorite looks, and your own personal style inspirations in the comments below. And don't forget to show your support for the channel, subscribe for more hilarious content, and share this video with your join in on the fun. Let's keep the laughter going, keep the style evolving, and keep celebrating the incredible talent and influence of Afro-comedians around the world.